Hello, good morning and welcome. Welcome to Josh's Jumpstart. Today we're going to be talking about some sales techniques. Today specifically we're going to be talking about how to get customers to buy today, not tomorrow. Have you ever been in an appointment where you're talking to a customer, you're on the phone call, you're on the door, and they just they won't buy today? They're like, you know what? Come back tomorrow. Do you have a flyer? Do you have a card? I don't make decisions right now. I want you to come back tomorrow. Has that happened before? It happens to all of us. And what we want to talk about today is how we can help overcome that, pushing that off tomorrow to do it today. So TNT, remember that song? TNT, Dynamite. You guys remember that song? Okay. So TNT stands for today, not tomorrow. Okay? Today, not tomorrow. TNT. Okay, so one of the number one reasons why customers are telling you tomorrow, not today, do you know what the number one reason is? Because here it is. That's not even the real concern. The real concern is, hopefully you guys are okay with this, presentation versus conversation. Okay? I remember I had a sales rep who called me up and he was following our sales approach, our script to a T. It was perfect, okay? But he wasn't getting any sales. You know, or his sales were low. They were inconsistent. One day he'd have really low sales, and the next day have high sales, and the next day really low sales, and the next day really high sales, okay? And so it wasn't being consistent. And so I asked him to give me the approach, and he gave me his approach, and it was awesome. It was perfect. It was flawless. Guess what the one thing that he was missing? Do you want to know what it was? He was not asking questions. He was giving a presentation. See, that's what a presentation is. A presentation is somebody that just sits and talks. And a lot of sales reps get caught up in this. They get caught up in the, I'm going to give a presentation, and they show up and they throw up. Okay, they vomit up all their knowledge, everything they know about the company, everything that they know, and they give this awesome presentation, and the customer eventually, it sounds like Charlie Brown. Do you guys remember Charlie Brown? How did Charlie Brown's parents talk? Wah, 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 wah. And if you're honest with yourself, and if I can be honest with you, if you're hearing people say, can you come back tomorrow? Number one reason is you're probably doing a presentation, not a conversation. So, Josh, how do I make sure that I have a conversation, not a presentation? Ask questions. Ask questions. Not yes or no questions, but get them involved. Get to know them. Build some rapport by getting to know them, getting to know their family. What do they like to do? One of the things that we've done in other trainings I just shared with you guys earlier about get them involved by asking what their hobbies are. So if you're going to buy this product or service, you would save money because our prices are less than this other company. What would you spend that money on? Would you go fishing? Would you go bowling? Or if you're talking to the lady of the house, or you know, say, hey, would you go get your nails done, go get your hair did, whatever it is, personalize it to them and find out what it is that they want to do. Because people buy for emotional reasons, not logical reasons, okay? If you can tap into their emotional senses, what is it they like to do? What is it that they enjoy doing? What are their hobbies? And you can talk about that and you can touch on that throughout your sales approach. You're going to be having their attention, and it will not be a presentation. Why? Because you've personalized it to them, you've customized your approach, and you've showed them that they're more important than a script. Number one reason sales reps don't get sales today, they're doing presentations, and they're not asking conversations. You think about it, how are we built? We were built with one mouth and two ears. Do you know how salesmen use these things? They use it the other way around. Because we got two ears, we should probably be listening twice as much as we're talking. And most salesmen do the opposite. This is the only thing that works, and these things don't even work. Okay? Use your ears, listen to what their needs are. Okay? You've got to find out what their needs are, and you've got to exploit the pain. The last thing I'm going to tell you guys too is, and I shared this earlier, but I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to it. Pain and pleasure. Top performing sales reps, amazing entrepreneurs, superstar self-employed people, they have an uncanny ability to help people see the pain and anguish that they're going to experience if they continue on this path without your product or service. Their lives are going to be risky, and it's going to be a challenge, and all these obstacles and problems are going to happen because they're not going to have your product or service, and they have an ability to amplify that pain. Not in a rude way, but just to help them see you're really going to be missing out. And this is a really big obstacle. This is a big problem that you have. One thing that we've done in the past, as some of you know, I own a door-to-door company, and it's we sell trash cans, okay? And one of the things that we do is trash can service. One of the things that we do is we help people see that, you know what? Your guys' trash can is probably broken, old, and used and smelling. When I was talking to your neighbors, they said that they've had the same can since they moved in, and that was like 10 years ago. How about you guys? And the customer says, we've been here for 12 years. And I was like, wow, your can is probably even grosser than theirs was. They were excited because their current can had a serious case of ICS. And all of a sudden the customer asks, what's that? What's ICS? And I say, icky can syndrome. And then they laugh, okay? Do you have a case of ICS, icky can syndrome? Because your neighbors did, and that's why they switched over to us, because they wanted to have a brand new trash can. Fresh plastic. Fresh plastic. Have you ever smelled fresh plastic? And then all of a sudden the customer's like, ooh, I do have a serious smelly can. My lid is broken, my wheels are barely hanging on. Okay. Now you're speaking my language, okay? And now you're helping them see the benefit because you're asking questions, you're having a conversation, you're explaining how painful their life is because their current situation is painful. You've got to amplify the pain, but you've got to ask questions during the conversation, and when they say, well, my current company doesn't do this, what? They don't do that? And then you make it a big deal. I can't believe they would do that. You deserve better than that. I can't believe, we would never do that. And you make it a big deal, this pain they're having. And then pleasure, talk about how amazing your product is. Features tell, benefits sell. Please write that down. Features tell, benefits sell. And use that throughout your approach, okay? Don't just say, my service does this. Help them see the benefit. Because my service does this, your life will be easier because of this. Things will be so much smoother in your home because of this benefit. Your business will be so much more efficient and profitable because of this benefit. So don't just tell them the feature. Help them see the benefit, how their lives will be better. They'll experience pleasure by buying your product or service, and they're going to have a lot of pain if they don't buy. That is the #1 reason why salesmen don't get the sale today, because they failed to have a conversation. They're having presentations. And they also failed to make the pain very real and challenging. And it's a hardship. And if you continue on this path without my product or service, you're going to experience pain. But man, life's going to be so much easier, so much more blissful by buying our product or service. I promise you that as you do these things, you'll experience more sales today, you'll set more appointments, you'll get your sales goals, you'll become incredibly influential and insanely rich with income. Thank you for listening. This is Josh's Jumpstart. Be sure and tune in next time for more tips and tricks on how you can accelerate your achievement. Have a great day.